how fast the cancer will return.
Is it becoming more expensive?
Because cancer is there.
I feel like that's something the federal government should get involved in, because
How much of the cancer are still there?
how many lives are going to be saved?
One thing that the Biden administration did well, the whole claim of our company is that cancer is developed, it's shed into the blood after the treatment was done to detect cancer.
Hello and welcome to 3D Media Life podcast. I'm your host Dimitri, and today I have a special guest, my friend Dr. Meir Saban. He has a PhD in molecular biology and pharmacology, and he's also vice president of research and development in
ReachDX.
In ReachDX.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's just jump into the conversation. How did you even get into this field?
That's a great question. How did I get into my PhD?
In PhD, like what driven you into this?
That's a great question. So I always used to ask question, where are we coming from? So I had a long journey. So after the Israeli army, I'm from Israel. So after I finished my service, how many years it was? So it was a journey. What do you do? Am I going straight to university, or am I going to work? And there was a lot of questions I was asking, and there was a lot of questions about my relationship to God, relationship. In Israel, it's a lot of things about are you keeping your tradition, or you're becoming Chiloni, secular.
Traditional secular.
Secular. So there was a lot of question to.
Did you grow up secular?
So I was born in Iran, and in Iranian families they're mostly traditional. But as soon as you come to Israel, there is when you go to the public school or whatever, it's mostly secular, and you. As a kid, you always want to basically rebel against your parents. So you choose your path, you become secular as much as you can. But then there comes a time that you say, hey, go back home. So
how old were you when you moved to Israel?
I was 4 years old, really young.
So you grew up mostly in Israel.
Most of my life was.
That's your first language, the Hebrew that you think in, or you Farsi as well.
Farsi is because my mom really pushed it into us that we will keep the Farsi language as well. So it's both of them. So I'm thinking three lingual. Now that I moved to the United States, also English, but mostly Farsi and Hebrew.
Did you know English when you moved here?
Yeah, of course. So, but I hope I improved my English. So there was always the journey. If I'm secular, if I'm religious, what is this tension that I'm asking questions? Where are we from? Who are we? What are we made from?
Like a good Jewish boy,
exactly.
Gotta ask the question.
Always. So in order to answer those questions, so I went to the completely opposite direction. So I started studying chemistry. So to learn the building blocks of the world, whether everything. So my bachelor I did in Hebrew University in chemistry. It was interesting. So to see that where it becomes, so all the molecules or all the atoms, so everything is going to the small details, but it wasn't enough at this time. And I said, okay, and what is this thing that binding everything together? So there was, what are these forces like electrons, neutrons? So
at this point, did you know what you're gonna do profession-wise?
Not yet, never. I still don't know what I'm doing.
So you're just pursuing what interests you.
Yeah, what interests me, and if these things can answer all these questions that I have about life. Where are we coming from? What is this?
Nice.
And at the same time that I was studying chemistry, I also started learning about the Jewish Kabbalah. It was a, I don't know if you know about them, the Kabbalah Center.
Yeah, I've heard of Kabbalah.
Yeah, they're interesting. They're good for giving you the introduction, but they have their own problem. But what I learned from them, that for example, what I learned in chemistry, that when you want to combine forces, you have the electron, proton and neutron to combine everything together. The same thing goes in Kabbalah. You have the right side, left side, and the middle. That we are the middle, that we are combining everything. So it was started to connecting stuff together. It was very interesting. And then
this is while you were still in pursuing bachelor's that you started learning Kabbalah?
Yeah.
Nice.
During bachelor I started, but then, and after I finished chemistry, I went to still in the Hebrew University. I did my master's in pharmacology. This time more into how nutrition affects our body, how it affects your mind, affects your. So I did my master's about anorexia and how different oils can affect, for example, omega-3 or omega-6 from fish can affect or have other effects on the brain to make these patients eat more. And also I studied about all the cannabinoid receptors, cannabis. So
it's a hot topic right now.
I didn't use it, but I just it was very interesting. I'm really interested on why people want to always how do you say it? They want to get drunk, or they want to. What is
the chemical addiction?
Why do you need it if you have, like, in our world we have everything? It's so much plenty, so much shefa you call it, but still we're going toward these things. So I learned the physical or the physiology behind this, and then again always Kabbalah was on the other side to say, hey, this is why. Because everybody is looking for God, and they don't know what God is, so they're trying to go through this path. So it was very complementary always to what I studied.
So like the sciences told you how things work, and the Kabbalah told you why.
Exactly.
It works that way.
That's perfect. I'm not there yet. Still, I don't know anything, but it's exactly what you said. The science gives us the how, and the Kabbalah and the religion gives you the why, and it's very complementary. We need it to be humble. When you do science, either you can be, we know everything. That's and I think what happened in Corona proved us, hey, don't trust science that much. They can be wrong as well. But yes, this was.
So how did you get to your PhD studies? From nutrition?
Great. Nutrition, chemistry, and then I decided, okay, I want to use all the knowledge that I gained so far with here from nutrition, chemistry, and some background in computer science as well. So how we can. So I said I want to. If I can help the humanity, what I don't like about medicine, it's still causing pain. In order to heal you, they need to cause.
Yeah, no gain without pain.
Exactly. So
it doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't. It not at all. There are so many other ways to look at it without causing pain. So I went to basically to do non-invasive ways to detect diseases. That's what. So you don't have to basically to do biopsies, to take pieces of of the tissue to see if someone has cancer. I wanted to see if you can use light or other techniques that you can see through the skin and the changes that happens through the disease, so you can detect disease. So that was my PhD, basically non-invasive ways to detect what is it called? My English. Succarate, which is diabetes. Diabetes type 1, diabetes type 2, which these are really, once it's too late, it's so I wanted that we can get it in the early stages, and then
so the sooner you catch it, the less a serious disease it becomes, and you can treat it much easier.
Either the diabetes, or once you have diabetes, if you have, for example, if you have wounds, some wounds can heal and some wounds can't heal. So if you can find which wounds won't heal, so we found a way basically to see how the wounds can be oxidized. The oxygen can go through these wounds in diabetes, and which can't get the oxygen enough. So we found non-invasive methods. So this is, I have to explain how I got eventually from Hebrew University to here. So I was doing my PhD in Hebrew University with the professor Ronnie Cohen in the School of Pharmacy. Doing my PhD, and then I went to a wedding in Israel, and then I met my wife. She's from Irvine. She also was at this wedding, quite really accidentally.
Yeah, of course. God has his ways.
Yeah, exactly. So we met basically, and we started dating. She was American. She just came here, and so I saw her, and then we started texting, talking, and then she came to Israel for a month, and then I came to United States for a month. That we did back and forth, and I said, okay, that's it. Either you're coming to Israel, or I'm coming to United States.
Long distance dating.
Yeah, it's not working. It's
no. Smart decision.
I remember the times I was at work and I was sleeping, and I have to be on the phone,
especially with the time
differences. So
yeah, when I started dating my wife, she was on the East Coast. It was only 3 hours. But it's still hard. Yeah. Between here and Israel, it's like 10 hour difference.
10 hours difference.
So. When you're already winding down, she's just like fresh in her mind. Yeah.
So, but she said, I'm not coming to Israel. So what happened, I started looking for professors or PIs in United States that they're doing similar stuff to what I'm doing in Israel. Non-invasive ways to detect diseases. And then all of a sudden I found another Jewish guy here, Professor Bruce Stromberg at University of California, Irvine, UCI. And I emailed him. He said, hey, I'm from Israel, and this is my thesis, what I'm working on. Can we do some collaboration?
This already after you got PhD?
No. It's before I'm still doing PhD in Hebrew University. So I said, and then he read it and said, okay, come over. Yeah, so he invited me, so I'll come and give some talk about my research. And then he said, okay, come over. So I did basically my PhD. I did it with Hebrew University and University of California, Irvine. So again, the things that worked out, it's impossible.
When did you finish your PhD?
2018.
Nice.
So
you finished in UCI officially?
Finished in UCI, and then I also started doing some postdoc after still research on the same topic, but this time not on diabetes, but this time
oncology.
No, it was kidney disease, basically nephrology and all this stuff. And then I said to myself, okay, I love research. There's a time to start also making money.
Right.
it's important. Like you can't, you can't live off.
The kids are expensive.
The kids are, and we just got married. Also, we got married at the same time, 2018. So I said, okay, I need to. So I started looking for positions that are similar to what I'm doing, and then around early 2020, I found this company. I applied to this company called EnrichDX that we're doing non-invasive ways to detect cancer. That was their topic. Again, another Jewish guy that was the CTO there. It was Richard Krager. He's a great man. So he hired me, and I'm there ever since. And what we're doing, which is, I think, the main topic of this talk, is liquid biopsy.
Well, the main talk of my podcast is always what's interesting.
No, yeah.
But liquid biopsy is definitely an interesting topic.
Yeah.
So now you're doing liquid biopsy. Explain that a little bit. And first of all, let me actually preface that. Is this a fairly new field?
It's not that new because I think there was a German physician. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. In 1800 somehow he was looking at the blood. He was looking at the blood samples, and then he saw that in cancer type there are larger cells that are informing. So it's interesting, and then basically
essentially you can detect cancer through just seeing larger blood cells.
So basically in your blood there's normally it's always just the blood cells, the white blood cells, red blood cells, and in cancer, for example, what happens, the cancer cells that they die, usually basically the body is trying to get rid of the cancer cells. And where is it throwing them? It's throwing them to the bloodstream. And they're not supposed to be there. So
did you study this before, like oncology and stuff like that? Or that's
in my when I was also in PhD and also during my master's, I took a lot of classes in physiology about oncology, how the cancer is formed. We still don't know how cancer is exactly formed. We know we know the how. We still don't know the why. To some extent. So, but basically, when cancer cells go through the bloodstream, this is when we want to catch it, to detect the detection. So there are in liquid biopsy. Let's go back to normal biopsy. What happens when someone comes to a doctor and complains about pain or something that they have, and then the doctor says, "Okay, you might have cancer," and then they do CT scan, for example,
find a tumor or something.
They do scans, or they take X-rays, or not X-rays, just scanning
CAT
for
scans,
the CAT scan, and then for the final to see if it's actually a tumor, they take samples from the tissue, and then they do histology, which is trying to see if it's cancer cells or not. So our method, in contradiction to this, you don't have to take the sample from the tissue, basically, because we know that the cancer, when it's
in the blood already.
It's already, some of them it's in the blood.
Where does it show up first? Like it's going to be still, the tissue has to develop cancer.
Yes.
Then the body starts to fight the tissue. Mm-hmm. And then as it's fighting the tissue, it goes into the bloodstream. But at that point, it's very hard to detect it in the tissue because on the very small.
It's small.
Yeah. So and even to detect it, you have to do an invasive, like a biopsy, invasive procedure, which literally goes like kind of mini surgery in a sense.
And it's painful. It's not pleasant.
So hence the liquid biopsy is taking from the blood, which is much easier to draw. Non-invasive. Everybody gets blood.
Exactly.
Blood tests, blood drawn all the time.
Blood or even now the more innovative we went through urine. Some of this that it goes out through urine and or any. So what our company, because the main thing about our company is we can do large volumes. So all the other companies that are there that they're doing liquid biopsy, they can go up to 10 mLs. We can go up to 50 mLs.
And what's the advantage of having more milliliters?
Great question. So the more you have, this basically this analytes that we are looking at, if I'll go back to what is liquid biopsy again. So there are some types of analytes that we are looking at. One of them is cells. It's called circulating tumor cells. Basically, tumor cells that they were shed from the tumor and they're in the bloodstream. Mm-hmm. If we can detect them, that's great. So you have, and usually what physicians do, they enumerate them. How many cancer cells are there? Are there 10 of them, 50 or 5? And then they can say about something about the stage of the cancer there.
So let me guess. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
If you have a larger sample size, like larger volume of liquid, you theoretically can detect it earlier.
Exactly.
Because that's what you have less cells in the body permeating. So if you have a larger sample size.
That's exactly what we are trying to.
So how early can you detect cancer at this point?
This is we are trying to work with physicians to basically we need more research to get there. It's called basically I believe that I think as the moment that the cancer is developed, it's shed into the blood because the body is trying to fight it.
So we should do preventative blood tests.
Exactly.
Instead of like, oh, I have pain. Oops, you got already cancer that's developed.
That's the idea.
Now you just go annual. Why can't it be like an annual blood test with a physical? And you got some, cancer cells. Let's treat
in the
them.
United States, we all have the, what is it called? The insurance companies. They have to.
It's in their best interest, preventative. To treat a cancer once it's already developed, like stage 2, 3, 4, it's crazy.
It's
gets very expensive.
Eventually, it's all up to the insurance company, and basically to make sure that it also has something to do with standardization. That there are so many other companies that doing. There is a consortium right now. It's called Blood Pack in United States that it's really trying to do this basically and trying to make it standardized. What are the upstream processes that you have to do to the blood? For example, you're getting the blood. What are the centrifugation steps that you have to do? Because we're not working with the whole blood. We're just working with the plasma. We're centrifuging, taking the plasma. This is for, I thought the analyze that we're looking at, that there are CTCs, circulating tumor cells, or the cell-free DNA. Basically, there's only when the cells die, they shed their cell-free DNA, the DNA that are not bind to the cells. They basically, the cells are exploded, and then their DNA were shed to the bloodstream. These are the things that we are. These are very valuable stuff. This DNA, then they are shorter than the other DNAs that are in your whole blood, and we're taking them, and then we're going through either PCR or sequencing. We can talk about these things to see what is the mutation that occurred there. And when is this cancer work created and when is it going? So these are the.
So can you detect where it's located, the cancer, from just the bloodstream?
Yeah.
Wow. How do you know like which organ it's affecting?
So this is what is called methylation. So every cancer that is cancer is occurring, there is called methylation because everybody that has this methylation that happened. For example, it comes from the liver. It has some marker that this is one way. But also the mutations that are occurring, for example, there are KRAS. Mostly it's from lung cancer, but so it's
very precise.
That's why it's called precision medicine. So basically, once you have it, you can tailor the best treatment to the patient. Once you know exactly what's the mutation is, because right now what's you have tumor, you have cancer, let's bombard you with whatever arsenal we have in our, for example, it's in either you're Israel or United States. If you want to kill terrorists, you have the exact intelligence, you know where the terrorist is, you're killing this guy, or you're like United States, you're killing 300,000 people. So precision medicine, you know exactly where to target and to treat it very well.
How early can you detect cancer this way?
Exactly, the research has shown like early as stage 1.
Wow.
But again, much more research is needed, much more
before any symptoms develop, other than it being in the bloodstream.
Yeah,
so the person might not even realize they have cancer.
That's the whole thing. You don't want to get to this stage because cancer is something that you once it gets to pain, and this is too late.
So it's like on molecular level at that point, or it's already like sizable, tangible?
It's probably something that it's tangible that you can see, but on the molecular level you can see.
Detect it. And how would you treat it at that point? Monoclonal antibodies, is that a valid treatment?
Some of them, yeah, you can. But if it's precise enough for this type of mutation.
But you can essentially, because you're checking the DNA sample, right? You can exactly know what type of cancer it is.
Exactly.
So now you can develop monoclonal antibodies
to this
for the exact and it's wow.
That's what the pharma
non-invasive treatment and non-invasive detection.
Exactly.
That's a game changer.
That's what the pharma companies are trying to get into the liquid biopsy because of this.
Wow.
How we can connect these things together. And then
so why now? Why not 10 years ago? Why not 20 years ago?
Technology is better. For example, sequencing, what I told you.
The sequencing is fairly new.
It's not new. It's been there, but now with the computational or the AI, it's much faster. Like you're going through 60 billion of reads in once. I'm just throwing numbers, like to see basically what you're doing in next generation sequencing. You're going through one by one by the code of the DNA. And you see which one is missing or which one is added. So the computer can do it much faster.
Wow.
So,
which AI do you guys use? Is it proprietary or you use one of the...
So we are not doing the AI stage yet, but we are working with working with the UCI that they have their own AI methods that they are using for basically to do the
sequencing. That's unbelievable. So you're working specifically on a way to interpret the DNA.
Mm-hmm. Mostly our method is to give the best DNA, the cleanest, the purest DNA that it's there for the sequencing that it can basically. The problem with sequencing for liquid biopsy is that you're getting also some chunks from the whole blood, which it really interferes with basically it has to the algorithm or the machine has to decide, wait, is this from the blood or is it from the cancer?
Mm-hmm.
So the purest that you give the DNA just from the cancer itself, the better it is. So that's what we are trying to do.
And how much is this? Is this already been tested?
Yeah.
It works.
It's in the market.
It's in the market now. Yeah. If I wanted to go get this blood test, insurance not going to cover it.
So I think some of not for early detection. I think some in addition to other methods you can. I think some of them. There is a company called 306. Is it called Gallery? There are many tests that were developed for this, and they're FDA approved already. Which is one of them is Gallery. One of them, let me. What's the very famous company that they're doing.
You know what? After the podcast,
Yeah.
send me the links. We'll
Yes.
put it up on the
Okay.
screen. All the different companies. How
Sounds
much, if insurance does want to cover the preventative stuff,
good. Mhm.
how much is a test like that?
It's expensive. I can
Ballpark, in the hundreds and the thousands.
in the thousands.
So one test is still in the thousands. So it's
Yeah.
not accessible to the general public, unfortunately.
But we are trying to get it more accessible to make at least this part from outside to make it cheaper, so the other sides can be more accessible.
I feel like that's something the federal government should get involved in, because the amount of money that's going to be saved from treatments, that's going to make this detection affordable. And aside money, how many lives are going to be saved?
So that's
It almost eliminates cancer at this point.
exactly. But so one thing that the Biden administration did well, other things they were. I'm not. We're not getting into politics here.
We can.
Okay. I don't
It's
like.
open. I like freedom of speech.
No, I
Speak up
don't-
your mind.
I don't like the Democrats in general from the obvious reason. But one thing that they did well, it was moonshine program, which was based exactly this to make the precision medicine and all this liquid biopsy more accessible to the public. This is what one of the things that Biden
Do you think
administration-
RFK coming in is going to make a difference if he's in charge of the?
Good question. We'll see.
Because it seems like that's his whole motto is healthier.
Yeah.
You know, make America healthier again,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be a big prerogative. Like, imagine if the federal government gets involved and makes a mandate. Hey guys, insurance companies, you
Yeah.
have to cover this, whether you like it or not.
Hopefully.
I mean, overall costs are going to be lower. Again, somebody has to do the math. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
they have to see how much are they spending on cancer treatments, and how much are they spending on the tests themselves that will eliminate the cancer treatments, or at least reduce the cost for them down the line. And I'm sure, even if the cancer treatments are more affordable,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not about always money. It's about lives. Lives are more precious.
So that's a great point. But for example, for liquid biopsy to be accepted by the general clinicians or oncologists, it's basically you have to increase the sensitivity of your assays.
Of what?
Your assay that you develop, basically you can either to reduce the false positives in your detection.
Okay, let's explain that a little bit
So
more.
this is basically what you are trying to achieve. That's why you need more research, more money to put into this, to basically to make the detection 90%. 90%.
What is it now?
It depends on the assay that were developed. Some assays can do 60%, 70%. But again, with our technology that you're getting more analytes because you have larger volumes, then you can increase the sensitivity of your assay. That the whole claim of our company is this: get more sensitive out of your product.
But
Or-
is it becoming more expensive as you're getting more and more and more, or actually less expensive?
It's less expensive. Basically, the pricing that we did, the more that you do, the less you pay eventually. So what we are.
What's an assay? Well, you keep saying
Assay is basically either a PCR assay that can detect 1 mutation or 12 mutations,
How do you
or
spell it?
NG assay. PCR.
No. What's assay?
Oh,
I'm not familiar with this word.
ASSAY. It's basically
ASSAY.
these are downstream applications. For example, like qPCR or ddPCR or NGS. These are the methods that you can basically run your DNA or RNA that you extracted, and then you can PCR is more. You can do, for example, it depends on your assay. You can do 60 or 12 mutations at one time. But for NGS, you can do more. You can run all the DNA and find other mutations there. So NGS is always more expensive because you're covering the whole DNA. to see what.
Okay, so the PCR, like I heard the term PCR.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they use to detect COVID, right?
For example, yeah.
Explain how PCR works a little bit.
Sure.
What does it stand for?
Quantitative polymer chain reaction. Basically, it's basically you take the DNA, you replicate it, you make it. You have a small amount of DNA. You're
From the blood,
from the blood or from a tissue.
Okay.
Get, and then you multiply it. You make it bigger, so you can basically you get delve into it. And then PCR, you just have one piece of the information that you're looking. Basically, you have
for a marker or
for marker that you're seeing if it's there. Either it's there or not there, and how much it's in your sample.
Did COVID help push this technology forward?
No,
nothing to do with
COVID put it on because all the efforts went to COVID.
They took it away from. They were already using this technology before COVID hit.
PCR's been here. Oranges has been here for years, but.
All right, so going back to what you're saying, your company specialize, like your whole specialty is to make the sample size bigger. And that would reduce the cost and earlier detection.
Early detection or MRD, which is basically to after the...
What's MRD?
That's because it has two meanings. They would say that I'm looking at that.
It's okay.
It's because there are two meanings for MRD. One of them is minimal residual disease. Basically, it's after the patient went through chemotherapy and the tumor size was reduced, and how much of the cancer are still there. Basically, it's again like the early stage, but after the treatment was done. So you say how fast the cancer will return.
Okay. So you can predict.
You can predict exactly.
Oh, that's pretty cool too.
That's one of the main things that our technology.
What's the advantage of being able to predict how it's?
Again, you hear about all these cancer patients that they were treated and then it came back and then they passed away because of they weren't treated right enough. So again, here because cancer is there. You made it. You were able to reduce it, to suppress it a little bit, but
and then they usually take it out with surgery, right? Whatever
they
is
took
remaining.
it from surgery, but maybe it was already sent some metastasized to other organs of the body. So that's why MRD is really important to see what's the residual in the body that is there that you can treat it again.
Wow, I mean, this is really like at the forefront. All of humanity will benefit from this. I hope this gets developed much faster.
Yeah, but again, with everything that having said, I think one of the things with cancer, it's our approach to life. Cancer is something that your body is trying to tell you, hey.
What do you think? What is the why? Your best guess.
$1 billion question. It's, I think.
Give me a scientific and esoteric answer.
Cool. I think the why for the cancer, it's in scientific way, basically one cell that decided I'm not playing.
But why?
Why? It's
like they said there's some carcinogens that cause it this
or
way.
Carcinogens, or it was something that you hereditary, it was defect that you got from your parents, or for example smoking. It's already known that
that's a carcinogen. Any carcinogen could be. Do you think like the people say 5G or like electromagnetic fields
can cause
are carcinogenic? EMFs, you know what an EMF is?
Maybe,
but there's
not the direct link.
Because like if you go into iPhone setting, hold on. I don't know if you've ever done this. If you go in the iPhone setting and you go to It's just like crazy that we're carrying all these devices on our
Yeah.
bodies, and we don't really know to what degree they can manipulate our DNA or cause
Absolutely.
problems. If you go to about, it's either privacy. Hold on, let me find it because it's very interesting. I want to read this to you. Legal and regulatory. Then we go to RF exposure,
Mm-hmm.
and it says iPhone has been tested and meets applicable limits for radio frequency exposure, etc., etc. There's one spot I remember reading where it says don't keep it on your body. There it is. iPhone is evaluated in positions that simulate uses against the head with no separation, and when worn or carried against the torso of the body with 5 millimeter separation. I remember before there was a warning not to put it too close to yourself, but it seems like they changed the language here. It seems like they have said that they've tested it, but it still remains an unknown to some degree.
Yeah. But it's radiation. We don't know how it's.
Different type of radiation,
Different,
non-ionizing radiation.
Yeah, it's not alpha
Yeah.
or beta radiation. That we know that it can defect your DNA, but this overtime exposure,
Who knows?
probably. Like if you keep it close to your ear for 5 hours, probably. This is the why. Like the main mechanism is always the body goes through proofreads the DNA. But when the DNA splits, our body renews itself. The cells split and there is a mechanism that goes proofreads the DNA. Everything is okay on the place. One of the causes of cancer is that the proofreading mechanism, it's not working. It's decided not to, and why it happens. All this.
Is it getting worse? I don't know. I didn't look at statistics. Do we have more cancer patients now than we used to?
I think.
Or are we just detecting it better?
I think we're detecting it better. That's definitely there.
Like people saying there's more cases of autism, but the argument could be that now we diagnose it.
Diagnose it more. It
Yeah.
was always, I think. I don't think
People used to die when they're 40, 50. We didn't know. This guy just went to sleep, didn't wake up or whatever, or got really sick all of a sudden. We didn't know why.
Yeah.
Now we know why. But it would be fun to look at statistics and see whether the cases of cancer are increasing adjusted for diagnostics.
Yeah. No, diagnostics definitely, because once you know, then
You attribute
the
it
faster
to it.
treatment you can.
No, but that solves the problem. I'm saying the number of cases that we have today, it seems like I know so many people today. Like I pray every day for 5 people specifically that I know that have serious cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And before, I don't remember having 5 people in my mind like that are really ill and suffering from cancer. It seems like more and more people that I'm close to are being diagnosed, which is very serious. Is it that diagnostics are more common? Is it just more population?
I think it's more cancer.
Cancer.
More causes
cancer.
of cancer. The stress.
Stress you think is
levels. It's huge, because the body eventually, it was meant to fight these things. It was when your body is dealing with stress, your body is just, all your systems are going through dealing with this stress. So you're
going back to your example with smoking, like there's 2 people that smoke. One person smokes, gets cancer when he's 50 or 40, and then another guy smokes till 120 and he's totally fine.
Approach to life.
Yeah, so it's really something. The carcinogenic, whatever, it's unavoidable. Like that's going to be around us, whether we like it or not. We can try to reduce it.
Yeah.
But the body's way to how do you describe that it fights? It splits. This.
No. The cells always, they're trying basically self-correcting. They renew themselves, and then basically it goes. Once the cells is split, you want to see if you get the same DNA exactly, so it can replicate more the same.
The good ones.
The good one.
So why can't we train the body to do it now? Like, is there a way to manipulate the body to trade? Maybe some people say mind over matter, right? If you if you're really thinking that you're healthy, maybe you're kind of giving messages to your body to do that exact thing.
So this is the scientific community won't agree because they don't. But
Sir, how much time do we have? I see your
I
phone's.
thought I have 12:30, but we can.
Okay.
Let's. So I personally, because again, remember with the Kabbalah and everything, I believe that once you can train your body to say, okay, let's switch my mindset, my thing, then it also can trigger the. There were so many cases that the doctor told the patient, you're gonna die, and then. This is the difference between the Judaism approach to refuah and
To healing.
With refuah, it's your mouth says a lot. Like you can't, like for cancer patient, when you tell them like this mindset that the cancer, that's it, you're dying. When people are trained to think like that, they kill themselves.
Wow.
But once the doctor said, okay, let's work on it. Let's see how we can. You're not God. That's what I think. This is the main thing to tell doctors. You're not God.
It's like the placebo effect. Do doctors understand how placebo effect works? Why is it at 50% efficacy?
Exactly.
It's insane number, right? How is the placebo so strong? If a person thinks he's taking medication, it actually
it's not,
and it's not sugar pills.
It's your body. Once your body is so smart, basically, and we don't know anything. One of the things that made me more of a believer, or I don't know what you call it. It's basically through science to see, oh my God, this thing, like when you go in the desert and you see 5 stones are stacked up on each other, you're not gonna say, oh,
that's
it's
normal.
just by chance. Someone put it there. So just look at one cell, you see, oh, it's by chance it happens.
Okay, let's say essentially. You mentioned stress, and that would make a lot of sense because when a person is stressed, he's not really. It's all negativity is cycling through his body. He's kind of sending his own body a message that's destructive.
Give up.
Yeah,
give up.
It's not healthy. That is a carcinogen. It's not even a cancer. It's just it prevents your body from healing.
Yeah. Okay, your body's. Oh, really? Okay, let's go. With
if you're in that negative atmosphere, let's enhance that.
Yeah,
let's improve that. You got to be in control of your mind.
That's melech. You know?
Being a king.
Being a king. That's exactly how we. Hopefully, if we can combine these things from science and the Kabbalah, eventually it will happen.
Intertwining.
So
I think what we'll end up discovering that first of all, the power of the human mind. We're only using 5% of our brain, whereas the 95% going. Yeah. And the way God created our bodies, it's an unbelievable mechanism. Even if you look at the Bible, it is some form of a historical account. There's that people lived to 1,000 before, and even it was supposed to. The human body is designed to live in perpetuity until Adam chose to sin, and then that sin, whatever that sin is, it let's actually be a little bit deeper in that topic. And I know we don't have much time to get into it deeper. We'll have to do this conversation again. But just on a simple level, the Etz Hadat Tovera, like the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Once you inject yourself with evil inside your body, and it's on a level of knowledge. It's not it's not like a physiological thing you put in
no, it's mind.
It starts in your mind. Then your whole body is no longer complete, and it's not feeling itself in perpetuity. But before, they lived still close to 1,000 years old, and then after the flood, whatever changed, then the body, they still live to like one. It started gradually reducing. They 400, 300, eventually where the age of kind of perfect health is now 120 years old, we say, live to 120. But there's no reason why human body can go back to living to 1,000. And right now, even what you're developing on cutting edge, this is cutting edge, preventative. But there's even a level beyond that. Let your body heal from the beginning. And we might actually discover how to do that on the scientific level, or it could go very well on the esoteric, where, like you mentioned, combine the two approaches, where it's just a symbiotic relationship between your body and the science and the technology that we have to allow us to live forever.
I think.
But does humanity deserve to live forever?
That's a good question.
We're killing each other every year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I think here we're getting into the talks about Mashiach, what will happen. These are the things that people will learn how to
coexist
to be able to, but mostly it comes from within. Like ve'ahavta l'orecha kamocha, first love yourself and learn to love yourself exactly like with all the whatever it means, to give it the positive thing and be happy.
And then you love another person because you already know how to love.
Then you can, it's lehashpia, to actually to bring this love to the other people and to spread it, and that's what we are trying to do.
Okay, I want to continue, have another episode with you on this topic and actually go more in the sciences, because I it's just in the interest of time. There's a lot more I want to discuss. For example, I don't know how much you know in these topics, like on the treatment of cancers as well. That would be very interesting.
Absolutely.
I've seen some really crazy stuff online, like some people say there's some kind of a fruit extract in Australia, and they inject it into a tumor, and that heals it. And then monoclonal, I've had a monoclonal antibody treatment for COVID, and it worked like magic in my case. Like I got the Delta, and I remember people were suffering from Delta quite a lot. And I got early testing, and I went and I got the treatment. The next day, I felt like 80% better, and the day after that, it was like completely gone. Yeah. I really like first-hand experience that I think the technology works, and I would start reading about it. It's like incredible. You can treat almost anything once you know what to treat. Yeah, and with what you're developing, it sounds like that would be a perfect fit, right?
That's exactly that. Again, there are many buzzwords, but I think this precision medicine, it's accurate.
Precision medicine, that's the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or personalized medicine. Like, we are all different. Everything is like, none of us has the same fingerprint. So why would your cancer be the same? Like, you're giving the same treatment to 1,000 people. It's because the cancer is from your body. It's not
you're talking about like doing like chemotherapy, just bombarding cells and killing them.
It's too much. It helps. I'm sure it's still but that's not the solution. That's not the
Before
solution.
we end the podcast, what's your solution? Like in your mind, what's the best solution? Once you know what you're treating, how do you treat it?
It's exactly, once you know exactly what's the cancer is from, what's the mutation is, just treat this.
What are the known treatmable today?
The non-treatment, basically...
the most effective or innovative?
The ones that are not treatable, the cancer that are not treatable right now, it's basically the pancreatic cancer. It's really hard to detect. And
let's say you did detect it early.
And then
how do you treat it?
With monoclonal antibody to basically target this one, but it's because it also triggers other diseases. Cancer, you don't die from cancer mostly. You You die from the causes of cancer.
Like blood
That's
clots
blood
and
clot,
all
all
that
this
stuff.
stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get to a point where everything's affordable.
Absolutely.
And we have abundance, which we will. And thank you for your time. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I like you as a guest for many reasons, because you have the science background and you're learning
Trying
the other stuff,
It's-
which I like a lot. And
Yeah.
I think that is really what the world needs. I think they need a new, fresh perspective on things, because people are too locked in either one side or the other side.
Or the other side. We have to
blend
these things and to create something. I think it's time for something new.
For
new
sure.
approach and new way of thinking.
The future is bright, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, you got to come back.
Of course.
Right,
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. And thank you for watching. Subscribe, follow, and we'll have Mayor back, Dr. Mayor back, and many more episodes to come. Again, thank you for watching. Leave any comments below if you have any questions. Maybe if you can answer them as well. If people have questions, just leave questions in the comments, and perhaps topic of discussions for next episode. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you.
That's right.